So now, amidst the rubble, law enforcement agencies are in a new race against time to find the people who did this. As the day wears on, no confirmation is given to reporters about the cause of the blast, but officials do not hide their strong suspicions.
We'll give you a certain conclusion when we can prove it. Looks like a bomb, it smells like a bomb, it's probably a bomb.
A group of investigators is assigned to work inside the crater created by the bomb. NYPD Detective Donald Sadawi and ATF Agent Joe Hanlon are assigned to the same team.
It was a survey mission. We also had the mission to attempt to take swabbings that could be taken back to the laboratory later that day and examined to possibly get a lead on the type of explosive that was used.
Investigators found the axle of the Ryder truck that was used in the bombing, and were able to trace the vehicle identification number to the man who rented the truck.
The FBI then traces the van's registration to a Ryder rental agency in New Jersey. The van was the same vehicle rented and reported stolen by Mohamed Salameh.
My beeper went off, and it was Detective Napoli calling me, and he said, I called the number, and he said, "You're not going to believe it, but they found the remnants of the van that was used to carry the explosives. And it was rented in Jersey City, and it was a Ryder company, and the person who rented it was Mohamed Salameh." And I tell you, I was like, oh my God, Mohamed Salameh. We had photographs of Mohamed. We have photographs of Mohamed training at the range. He's a friend of Nosir. He's a friend of all the guys that we've been looking at for the last few years. And I said, these are the guys we were looking at.
Salameh arrives at the rental office in New Jersey to pick up his $400 deposit on the van. When he arrives, an agent greets Salameh from behind the desk. But he is not a Ryder agent. He's an undercover agent with the FBI.
Mohamed Salameh was a 25-year-old immigrant of Palestinian descent. He had come to the attention of authorities as a vocal supporter of Muslim fundamentalist El Said Nosir. After some discussion, Salameh walked out. As he stepped out of the office, dozens of FBI agents who had been monitoring their discussion descended upon Salameh. Less than 1 week after the bombing, the FBI had a suspect in custody. Salameh said little to the agents who questioned him about the bombing. They knew it was probable that he had not acted alone. When Salameh was arrested, agents recovered various personal items, including his wallet, which contained several business cards and telephone numbers. They began by searching the address listed on his driver's license. A former roommate told agents that Salameh no longer lived at that address. However, they were able to find some belongings of Salameh's that he had left behind. There were news clippings and photos relating to Nosir, and a photo of him and Nosir together. There were numerous bank records. There were also more names and numbers for investigators to pursue. Analysis of all the confiscated phone records led investigators to an apartment in Jersey City. The landlord who owned the apartment at 40 Pamrapo Avenue confirmed that Salameh and another individual rented the apartment from early January of 1993 until the end of February. The landlord could not confirm the identity of Salameh's roommate. After executing the warrant, agents discovered that 40 Pamrapo Avenue was the bomb factory, the place where the conspirators mixed an explosive powerful enough to rock the World Trade Center. Inside the apartment and an adjacent garage, FBI forensic examiners recovered traces of a diverse range of chemicals. While agents searched the apartment, the identity of Salameh's mysterious roommate emerged. They found papers requesting political asylum in the name of Ramzi Youssef, who, according to the documents, had been detained in September of 1992 at Kennedy Airport for entering the country without a visa. At every step of the investigation, Ramzi Youssef's name appeared. He was a known international terrorist and an expert with explosives. Agents now believed he was the mastermind behind the World Trade Center bombing. They soon learned that he fled the country the night of the Trade Center bombing. An international manhunt for Ramzi Youssef had begun. With 4 conspirators now in custody, authorities decided to bring them to trial while the search for other bombers continued. In February of 1994, a year after the bombing, the trial concluded. The jury forewoman read off 38 pronouncements of guilty: conspiracy, explosive destruction of property, interstate transportation of explosives, and murder. Mohamed Salameh the chemist Nidal Ayad, Ahmed Ajaj, and Mahmoud Abu Halima, known as the Red, will spend the rest of their lives in prison. The mastermind Ramzi Yosef and his accomplice Iyad Ishmael were still fugitives.